You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, before we jump into this video about Justin Fields, Caleb Williams, and the Bears, is it dilemma, debacle, one of those D words? Well, make sure you hit subscribe. Thanks to all the viewers that check out this channel. It's grown a lot. We're still getting a ton of views on this channel. Also, always make sure that you go on to the videos tab in YouTube, and because some days, like today, there may be 5 videos out in one day. All right, and there will be no notification on those videos, so make sure you go check it out. There may be some videos that you miss. The only day that I usually only put like 2 videos out is a Sunday. Every other day will be a minimum of 3, 4, 5 videos. You know, it just depends. If I find that much I need to talk about, I'm going to talk about it. I generally don't wait. So, also make sure you hit that thumbs up button. All right, so Caleb Williams, Justin Fields, we got a couple of things about it. Number one, we've got DEVIN HESTER, one of the greatest Bears of all time, coming out and saying, by the way, newly anointed Hall of Famer, should just point that out, man. I mean, he's not that old. DEVIN HESTER's not that old. I watched his whole career. Man, he was a great player. He really was. And I'm glad to see that a guy that was a special teamer, but he also played wide receiver, and make it into the Hall. It was pretty cool to see. And, of course, the Bears went to a Super Bowl with DEVIN HESTER. So, here we go. Appearing on Up and Adams with Kay Adams on Wednesday, the legendary special teams returner addressed the Bears quarterback dilemma. Justin Fields has been linked as a strong trade candidate. Well, maybe not. Hester, however, prefers keeping him over drafting Caleb Williams. Man, there's starting to be a lot of fire around passing on this guy. Quote, it's a lot of stuff going on with Caleb right now. Hester began, me as a GM, general manager, I don't want to badmouth anybody, but there's too much attention going on right now with a quarterback like that. It seems like a lot of non-football related stuff too, which, look, part of playing the game is so mental, and your off-field stuff has to be together. You don't have an agent. That is a massive... People don't realize that's a huge headache for an NFL team. Hester added how with Williams' constant attention, it carries potential to have too much scrutiny on and off the field, whether it's, quote, small things or big things. He additionally believes both Fields and Williams are no different from one another in style of play. Actually, Justin Fields is faster than Caleb Williams. I'm willing to bet on that. Yeah, if it's as far as dual threat quarterbacks, if you really want a dual threat quarterback, I'm taking Justin Fields over Caleb Williams. Caleb can throw the ball better, so there's that. But Justin Fields doesn't have all the nonsense around him either. There's that. Quote, I feel like the type of quarterback Justin Fields is, he's just as similar, but he's better with running the ball. There you go. I don't see what the huge difference is, Hester said. What's the big difference between drafting a quarterback versus the kind of quarterback we have? These two guys are similar. Hester ended by sending out this suggestion to the franchise he earned Pro Bowls with. Quote, I don't feel like you should draft a quarterback similar to what you already have. And as we know right now, guys, the trade market for Justin Fields it's a wasteland. Brett Ripien just got signed by the Bears. And as of right now, there's no landing spots for Justin Fields. The league is very aware that the Bears are sort of in a bind now, okay? They're in a bind, plus the Bears haven't exactly, they've been listening and this and that. Their big idea that the Raiders might have been in on him before Gardner Minshew, but they're not sold on Caleb Williams at this point. They're not. Okay, I don't care what they say. they would have traded Justin Fields if they were sold on Caleb Williams. For a piece published Wednesday, this is Yardbarker, Bears beat writer Kevin Fishbane of The Athletic noted that, quote, he still can't see how or why Fields would be okay with the scenario, and that's the scenario of keeping Caleb and Justin on the same team. Even though there appears to be little trade market for Fields ahead of the official start of spring, Fields is a 25-year-old quarterback who can and should start in the league, Fishbane explained. He isn't a 30-year-old journeyman backup or a veteran bridge quarterback. He's been the face of this franchise since he was drafted. I'm not sure Hallis Hall is built to handle the potential awkwardness and attention that would surround the two quarterbacks. The idea that the Bears could hold on to Fields even after they probably make Williams the first pick of this year's draft continues to be floated out there, if only because no team that needed a QB1 early in the NFL's legal tampering portion of free agency made a serious move for the 2021 first-round selection. I'm going to tell you what also hurt him. When Mac Jones only got a sixth, and him having that really good rookie year and making a Pro Bowl, that hurt Justin Fields out of that same draft. Quote, it wouldn't be surprising if Fields wanted a fresh start if the Bears drafted Williams. I'm sure he would. Bears reporter Adam Johns said on Wednesday's article, heck, it wouldn't be surprising if Fields wanted a fresh start right now. I wouldn't fault him if he did. His career probably needs it after 3 seasons with Chicago. Joining another team would provide him with different opportunities and experiences, which could help him change his career trajectory. And you got Jalen Johnson and DJ Moore coming out and saying just flat out they backed their quarterback. He's my quarterback. My quarterback. Yeah, I mean, Terrell Owens. We remember that about Tony Romo. Justin Fields is beloved in Chicago. He really is. And while I think he's got all kinds of flaws, you know, I've said, I made a video earlier, Jaden Daniels, you're starting to be some fire there at number 1, too. That's who I'd take. I'd take Drake May before I'd take Caleb Williams. I would. And honestly, I'm not a big Drake May guy, to be honest. I kind of like J.J. McCarthy and Michael Penix Jr., but you can't rightfully take either one of those guys up at 1, you know, to go with. They're just, that's not the place where they're at. Although I did hear some J.J. McCarthy fire all the way up at number 4 today, which is pretty interesting, I think. But you can't have these two guys on the same roster. I mean, you want to talk about, you know, you got your former first-round pick, then you got Caleb Williams and all the nonsense and everything that surrounds him, the chaoticness of it all. You're asking for neither one of these quarterbacks to work out if you have them on the same roster. And it shouldn't matter. They're grown men. I mean, it would be an interesting mental test. But what if they both flunk? Then you've got no quarterback. And I'm going to be real here. I think there's a world where in 4 years, the Bears are doing this all over again. In fact, 70%. I'm saying it right here. I'm calling it. I think there's a chance, there's a world where it just doesn't work out with either one of them. I don't know. Tell me what you think, black and white sports supporters. I don't think you can have them on the same roster. I just don't. It's too crazy. And Justin Fields, no. I mean, he deserves to be traded somewhere else and given another shot. Again, New York Giants, I think, is perfect. Brian Daboll, what he did with Josh Allen, that is the move. New York Giants. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.